My name is Michael Delu. If you are a fan of basketball, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and join the Pull Up to Take community. Because why the fuck not? I mean, it only takes a couple seconds and it helps me tremendously in reaching my long-term goals. With that being said, I'm gonna get right into the politics of today's video. I just want to briefly discuss the Philadelphia 76ers defeating the Brooklyn Nets. So the Sixers go up 2-0 in their best of 7 series against the Nets. And truthfully, I honestly do not give a single fuck about this series. The Sixers won 96 to 84. And the main reason why the Sixers won is because in the second half, the Sixers held the Nets to only 35 points. In game one, I had to give the Sixers credit. In game one, Mikal Bridges was going off, and they made adjustments to neutralize him in the second half. And then in game two, Cam Johnson was going off, and they made adjustments to neutralize him in the second half as well. But I'm honestly not surprised that the Sixers win. Like I think this series, there's probably like 3 series in the entire playoffs in the first round that I feel like are pointless series. If I were gonna go in both conferences, I feel like the Boston series with the I was gonna say Falcons with the Hawks, pointless. We already know who the fuck is gonna win that one. The Sixers series against the Nets, fucking pointless. We already know who the fuck is gonna win that. Truthfully, the Nets shouldn't even be in the fucking playoffs. The only reason why the Nets are in the playoffs is because they won so many games because they had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant on their team earlier this season. But that's not the same team that they are now. Both of those guys are gone. KD's in Phoenix and Kyrie Dallas. So I don't necessarily feel like they should. I mean, and they only snuck into the playoffs because I don't even think if they would have fell out of 6 into the play-in that they would have fucking made the play-in. That's how useless I think this series is. That again, I'm gonna repeat that. That's how useless I think this fucking series is. But nevertheless, unfortunately, it is what it is. And then in the Western Conference, the only series that I feel like is pointless is the fucking Nuggets and the Timberwolves. I mean, the Lakers and the Grizzlies, that's going to be competitive if Ja's able to come back, but the Lakers will still win. What's the 3-6? What's the 3-6 matchup in the West? The 3-6 matchup in the West is the Falcons, the Kings, and the Warriors. Competitive series. I'm pretty sure that series will go to 7 games. And then the 4-5 series of the Clippers and the Suns, competitive series, competitive basketball. I mean, it is what it is. More than half of the first round matches are competitive. That's 5 out of 8 that are competitive. The other 3, this is not going to be. It's going to be a clean sweep. This one is going to be a clean sweep again. Like I said, the Nets don't even belong in the fucking playoffs, and it really irks my nerves that I even have to talk about them. But I want to give a big shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey had 33 points. He went 13 of 23 from the field. Then Joel Embiid had 20 monster game. I wouldn't say really monster. I mean, not monster in terms of points, but Joel had 20 points and 19 rebounds. But realistically, the Nets don't have anyone that could even slow down Joel Embiid, let alone stop him. Like, no. Tobias Harris had 20 points and 12 rebounds. They were able. I mean, the Sixers cruised to an easy win despite James Harden only having 8 points. I mean, they could afford to have that against a team like the fucking Nets. They're not good. They're not competitive. They're not scaring anyone. I don't necessarily feel like we're going to necessarily learn anything interesting about the Sixers. I think for us to really gauge what the Sixers can do, because this team, I mean, I see a lot of people hyping this team up. Oh, this team is so good, whatever the case may be. But I personally have never been sold on the Sixers ever. I think the Sixers' best chance to win a championship was in 2019 when they still had Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick, Ben Simmons, Robert Covington, Joel Embiid, so on and so forth. But I mean, since then, I have never been sold on the Sixers, and I probably never will be. Honestly, for me to believe in the Sixers, they would actually have to make it out of the second round of the playoffs. Do I think they could beat Boston? Personally, no. But I mean, the game still has to be played, and we got to fuck around and find out. To the Nets. What can I really say about the Nets? They don't belong in the playoffs. Cameron Johnson, shout out to him. He had 28 points, 4 rebounds. Mikal Bridges had 21 points, 7 assists. Spencer Dinwiddie had 12 points and 6 assists. Other than that, there really wasn't too much to really gawk about when it comes to the Sixers. To the Nets. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know what? I mean, I don't know. I guess you could charge that up to the game. I mean, I hope that this series is a clean sweep, a clean 4-0 sweep, because I mean, honestly, this series ain't that at all. This series ain't that at all. But I mean, it is what it is. It's still basketball. It's still, it just is what it is, I guess. But with that being said, my name is Michael DeLu. Once again, if you are a fan of basketball, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and join the Pull Up the Tape community. It only takes a couple seconds, and why the fuck not? It helps me tremendously in obtaining my long-term goals. With that being said, I'm out this bitch.